Well, aren't you guys lucky? I finally remembered to put this in the refrigerator, and today's Oktoberfest is, and this is going to be I think it's going to be a quick review. I'm not sure. I got to get a glass too. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Oktoberfest, yesterday I did Old Lake Humper. Today I'm going to be doing Shiner Oktoberfest. So you can see that I'm not a big fan of Shiner beers. I've had I think they have an Irish Stout. No, that's a Saranac. I can't remember. I've had two of their beers before. There's the Shiner Bock, obviously. It's just they don't really do a lot for me. So, you know, I hate to use past beers of different styles as a litmus for what this is going to be. But, you know, I don't have high hopes for this beer. You know, but it is Shiner Oktoberfest. Nothing finer than a Shiner. Oh well. Anyway, let me go get a glass real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, so we're going to tap into Shiner Oktoberfest, and let's have a pour. All right, it's actually a lighter, and again, I'm trying to go from memory on all these things. You guys may say, hey, that's not what happened, that's not the color, but I'm kind of going on memory. Okay, this is very clear. It actually reminds me a lot of like a Budweiser. I mean, not the color, but just the clarity of it and the bubbles. I mean, there's no cloudiness in this thing at all. I mean, absolutely none. There's a lot of carbonation here. The head is almost perfectly white. I mean, no head is actually perfect white, but this is almost it. The color, kind of like an orange copper type of color, but a little lighter than I think all the ones I've reviewed thus far. By the time I get to day 25, I'm not going to remember anything. But anyway, so again, it's very clear, kind of an orange copper color on the lighter side, lighter shade. It reminds me, again, the clarity reminds me of like a Budweiser, what have you. You know how they have that crystal clear, you know, look, and that's what this kind of looks like. So let's take a smell. First thing I'm getting is a lot of spice. I mean, a lot more than I did in the other ones. This one actually has a lot of, it almost smells like sage. Some citrus even. I mean, it's yeasty. It's got those, you know, that typical Oktoberfest type of aroma to it. It's got the yeast. It's got kind of the toasted malt, but not as toasted as some of the other ones that I've reviewed. But really, I'm getting some spices. Almost smells a tiny bit like a pumpkin beer. So it's got that kind of that hint of almost like a nutmeg even. Yeah, it definitely smells like that almost like a pumpkin beer, but a very mild pumpkin beer. So, cheers. Actually, the first thing that got me is it's actually got quite a creamy texture to it, which is surprising because it doesn't look creamy at all. But it actually, it's a more of a medium body than I would have figured. Taste-wise, heavy bread, a lot of bread. I'm not picking up the spices as much as I did. Yeah, it's more of a bready, yeasty, and then the kind of a citrusy, piney hop kind of coats the tongue a little bit. But it's not. It doesn't last very long. It kind of just gives you a pang of the bitterness, and that's about it. You know what? I can't. It's hard to say. I mean, it's not great. You know, it doesn't really knock my socks off. Like the Sam Adams, I think was really good. This one is a little bit. It's got a lot of carbonation to it. It's probably a medium body. It's probably about the same as the Sam Adams, at least for the mouthfeel for me. Maybe it's because I'm thirsty. I don't know, but yeah, I would say overall, it's not a bad beer. I mean, like I said in one of the other ones, this isn't offensive. You know, Shiner, it's not offensive. It doesn't suck. But I wouldn't rate it above a 3. I mean, I'd probably give it maybe a 2.5, something like that. I mean, it's, you know, for the price, it's not bad. You know, it's okay. It's okay. Not offensive, not great. you know, it's kind of just maybe a tad under average, I guess. I mean, I will finish it because there's nothing distasteful about it, but you know, that's the Shiner for you. So nothing spectacular, and you know, next up I think is going to be a Maryland brew out in Frederick. It's called Flying Dog. Some of you may be able to get it, but Flying Dog Brewery. I'm going to review their Marzen tomorrow. I can't remember the exact name. They always have these funky names, but it's their Oktoberfest Marzen style. So anyway, guys. Happy drinking, cheers, and until tomorrow's beer review.